Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Order, on. Ready, cut. Flag bearers, step. Ready, post. Ready, step. Right face, march.
Thank you. You may all be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lieutenant Michael Bradshaw, the commander of the Training Division, and it's my pleasure to serve as your host for today's graduation and promotion ceremony. On behalf of Chief Michael Anzalo, the officials, officers, and members of the Metro Transit Police Department, I welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the 126th Metro Transit Police Recruit Class. As we begin today, I would like to introduce our seated attendees. We have our Police Chief, Mike Gonzalo. We have the Vice Chair of the FOP, Brandon Twentyman. We have the Chief of the Bowie Police, Chief Preston. We have Assistant Chief Nader, Deputy Chief Bone, Deputy Chief Alvarez, Deputy Chief McKinney, Director of Training Donald, and Mr. McGuire, who's Director of Infrastructure. It is my pleasure to introduce the Chief of the Metro Transit Police Department, Chief Michael Anzalo. As the Chief of the Metro Transit Police, Chief Anzalo leads the only tri-jurisdictional police department in the United States, with over 300 sworn police officers, 116 special police officers, and 75 civilian personnel, and 370 allied security officers. Chief Anzalo oversees the safeguarding of more than 1 million Metro Bus and Metro Rail customers each day and the safety of over 11,000 employees. Please welcome Chief Mike Anzalo, who will provide opening remarks.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, congratulations to our new recruit graduates. So, spent the last 38 weeks in academy training, which is probably one of the longest police academies in the country. You know, so they have to get trained for the jurisdictions of Maryland, DC, and Virginia, so that's why it takes so long. They probably told most of you all about it, the ones that had to live through it with them, but it's quite an accomplishment. From getting hired to getting to this day has been probably a long journey for most of them. We hire maybe 1 in 25 people that apply, so by them, making it all the way through the academy, usually the attrition rate in the academy is about 15 to 20%, so, they made it. So now, you got that behind you, now the tough part begins. So now you'll be policing out there amongst, now your newly promoted officials and the rest of the officers and officials in this room. So, but congratulations, it's quite an achievement. And thanks to the families for supporting them through this academy training. They definitely couldn't have gotten here by themselves, so it definitely means a lot that, I see a lot of people here today to support them, so congratulations. And then to our promotees, the sergeants and lieutenants, these will be the folks that you'll be leading out there, at least some of them, so, your responsibilities now, congratulations, first of all, making it, because that's the tough part. Now, the harder part is really just getting out there. You'll have increased responsibilities, and, you're going to have to make things happen, because the lieutenants and sergeants are kind of where the rubber meets the road in policing. This is, we have these different initiatives and directives to try to keep crime down or keep crime low, and to get these folks to do what some of the strategies that we're trying to do, it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of effort, but it's a team effort. So, as you get into your new roles, you'll come up against some things that you probably never dealt with before, but it's okay, because there's going to be people around you that have dealt with it or a similar situation. So you got to keep asking questions, about, what's going on, bounce stuff off of people. And same with the officers. Not everybody, there may be somebody in this room that knows everything, but it's definitely not me. So what I do is I ask a lot of questions of everybody, and I think that's critical. But congratulations. I definitely don't want to hold you guys up, because I'm sure, who's working tonight, anybody? No, okay, we didn't do that to them. All right, we didn't do that to them. There are a few people here I would like to at least acknowledge them being here. Mrs. Thomas, will she acknowledge you? Yep. This is the mother of Officer Shenandoah Young. He passed away last year, and we're glad to have her here. Chief Preston, the new Bowie police chief. Actually, I won't say he's old, but he's not new. Chief Preston, he's had a distinguished career with Prince George's County Police, and then he went out there to Bowie as an assistant chief, and then this year, January this year, he was named the chief of police. So thank you for coming. And then we also have our FOP vice chair. Hope I got your title right, Brandon. Okay. Vice Chair Brandon Twentyman. He's also one of our senior detectives. Does a lot of great work, in investigative field, but he also does a great job, with the union. And this will be part of your leadership too, now that you all have become full-fledged police officers. So, yeah, he'll definitely be working, make sure that we do the right thing by the contract and we do the right thing by you all. So they definitely keep me honest, that's for sure. All right, well, without further ado, I'll turn it back over to Lieutenant Bradshaw, and we'll get the ceremony started. So congratulations to the promotees, congratulations to the officers. I can't call you recruit officers anymore. Thank you.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Chief Gonzalo. I don't want to pass up the opportunity. Is Dr. Lowe in the house? She's not in the house yet? Okay, thank you. We will now have remarks from FOP Vice Chairman Brandon Twentyman.
Good morning. To our new officers, congratulations and welcome to the police department. Welcome to the union. Obviously, you've put in a lot of work to get where you are today. We're proud of you. We're glad to have you as part of our police department and part of our labor committee. And we're going to be here for you along your journey. All we ask is that you go out, do the job well, do the job right in a way that makes the badge proud, the rest of the department proud. To the families, thank you for supporting them during their journey in the academy and your continued support as they move into being full-fledged police officers. It's going to be a lot of long nights, a lot of long days, a lot of days spent in court when they should be off, a lot of time working extra shifts, and that's not made possible without the support at home. The union appreciates that. Everyone in the profession appreciates it. To the promotees, congratulations. We look forward to working with you. We enjoy an excellent collaborative relationship with management. We look forward to that moving on into the future. It's a wonderful time to join our police department and to be promoted within it because we have an excellent command staff that supports our members and prioritizes police work and good police work over everything else. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Twentyman. Now please welcome Assistant Chief George Nader, who will introduce our guest speaker.
Good morning. Congratulations to the graduate and promotees, and welcome to the family and friends. Special welcome and thank you to the members of the Metro Transit Police Department that have come out to support their fellow members. I think it's a testament to what this organization is and your character. So thank you for coming. We really appreciate it. So Dwayne Preston, he's the chief of the city of Bowie, as you heard. Born and raised in Prince George's County, graduated from DeMatha High School. From there, went on to graduate from Bowie State University with a degree in accounting. Got him out of that field, brought him into law enforcement, where he joined the Prince George's County Police Department, rising to the rank of deputy chief, holding commands in the Criminal Investigations Division, Internal Affairs, Technical Services, Beltsville, as well as the deputy chief of the Bureau of Administration. From there, he went to the city of Bowie as the assistant chief, where he brought new initiatives and programs that have shaped what the city police department has become today. From there, he was named as the chief in January of 2024, and he's known throughout the law enforcement region as a leader on the national level as well as on the local level. He's known for being a community ambassador for law enforcement, transparent leader, and a man with integrity. So we're very fortunate to have him. This next part, it was a requirement to get him to come. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please join me in welcoming Chief Dwayne Preston.
Good morning, everyone. You know, just before I get started, you know, I've known Assistant Chief Nader for some time. We're probably close to 30 years now. You know, many of you all probably don't know is, you know, he actually back in the day was one of the original mountain bike instructors here for Metro Transit. That's when we first met when I came through the school. So, you know, he worked us over pretty good that week, and from there we actually became very good friends, and we still are today. So, you know, I'm appreciative of the opportunity to stand before you this morning. And, you know, I really appreciate Chief Gonzalo for asking me, you know, to come. I don't take it lightly. I'm humbled that he trusts me enough, you know, to address your organization. I realize that the CEO, Mr. Randy Clark, is running a little late, but I acknowledge his presence. Chief Gonzalo, the Assistant Chief Nader, members of the Metro Transit Police Department, Session 126, and those that are being promoted, and most importantly, to the family and friends that are here in support. As I ponder on what I could share with you this morning to celebrate this graduation and those being promoted, I felt it would be best for me to explain and understand our purpose. And our purpose is shared collectively within the WMATA organization is based and founded on providing access and public transportation to those that rely and depend on the WMATA system. So what matters most is the commitment to serving people. Service is the purpose. The general manager, Mr. Clark, has the responsibility for establishing the vision for WMATA, and this is influenced by his daily experiences as a rider of this very system. Each department head must not only understand his vision, but be fully committed to ensuring that the vision is implemented into their respective departments. Your mission is determined by Chief Gonzalo, and everyone that works for this police department must know accept, and commit to the mission to ensure its success. Anything less works counter to the overall achievement of the department mission and thus the WMATA vision. In law enforcement, we are accustomed to being the most visible form of any organization. We are always available, accessible, and expected to provide an effective resolution without exception. The burden is large and not one that many are capable of, let alone willing to even attempt. But here you are. Those that stand here today have accepted this calling to serve. And what I noticed as I looked over the program was that many of the graduates today have demonstrated this commitment to service prior to even joining this agency. Many have served in our armed forces, and for your service, I commend and thank you. Now, as you continue in service, you have what I call the privilege to serve. And you may ask, why do I describe it as a privilege? My simple answer is that those that serve must always remember to commit to putting others before ourselves. Again, we are committed to putting others before ourselves. The privilege is that we make a choice on how we can impact someone else and provide them with solace, with comfort, and safety. If you don't remember anything else throughout your careers, I want you to wake up each day and understand that the service we render is not about you or me. It is about protecting, empathizing, helping, assisting, guiding, and providing the best experience possible for the patrons that use the WMATA system. To those being promoted today, I offer my congratulations. I remember these moments and how I felt the sense of pride and accomplishment to be trusted with more responsibility and opportunities to contribute to the organization and to the community. But one thing I also started to realize was each promotion required a greater amount of dedication and commitment from me. You see, I realized that promotions didn't mean that I had now arrived and I was able to tell others what to do. I realized that it was my responsibility to be a greater servant to those which I lead. As a leader, it's our collective responsibility to ensure that the agency's mission is accomplished. We must remove the roadblocks for those that we lead and help them to accomplish the mission. We must be the first example and walk the walk. We must be the example of what we expect to see. We must be committed to serving and helping others. We must be compassionate and understanding. And when we have demonstrated these things to whom we lead, they will carry out the mission, not because you told them to, but because they know you care about them. There is a saying in leadership which states, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown." This phrase means that a person in charge or in a leadership role must bear many responsibilities, and it is a very tough job. Leaders could influence people to do the right things, and they in turn could make them do wrong things. This crown can be so uncomfortable and heavy that it causes one to worry or stress. I want you to recognize the weight of what your promotion means and the responsibility it carries. But the focus is not on the burden, but on the opportunity to be an effective leader that has great influence and achieves results. This is how we will ensure the law enforcement profession regains the public trust and lives up to the expectations of the solemn oath we have taken to serve our communities. As I close, I remind you that you are privileged to serve, and you must be accountable, demonstrate courage, and stand on principles. Again, congratulations to Session 126, and to all of those that are being promoted. My prayer is that you will be protected every day, and that you will maintain a heart of service, and that you will take care of one another. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Preston. Chief Gonzalez, please stand and present Chief Preston with a token of appreciation. end of each recruit class, the members select a spokesperson to share a few words at the graduation ceremony. The elected spokesperson for Class 126 is Officer Javon Babb.
Good morning. My name is Officer Javon Babb. Before we get started, I would like to acknowledge General Manager Randy Clark, Police Chief Michael Anzalo, Assistant Chief George Nader, Deputy Chief Maurice McKinney, Deputy Chief Stephen Bohm, Deputy Chief Daniel Alvarez, Director Sarai Leone, Ms. Shonda Lewis, Mr. Warren Donald, distinguished members seated up front, friends and family of Class 126. Though a fairly young department, Metro Transit Police has not been spared the fate of losing officers in the line of duty. Please join me in a moment of silence as we remember MTPD Officer Harry Davis Jr., Officer Marlon Morales, and the 27 related deaths in the line of duty this year. Thank you. It takes a special individual to protect, serve, and learn the laws of 3 jurisdictions. Good thing there are 9 of us. With pride, passion, and professionalism, we were brought together from all walks of life and backgrounds to form Class 126. This moment feels surreal. Remember the first day? The crisp uniforms, the nervous energy, Martinez chewing gum, the weight of responsibility settling on our shoulders. Officer Collins giving us challenge to build our shoulders. Arms out and arms straight up is a workout not to be taken lightly. Thank you, ma'am. We learned the law, practiced defensive tactics, and endured physical training that tested our limits. Some reaching limits faster than others. We may have grumbled through the countless drills, but amidst the sweat, especially the pools of sweat I left on the mat room floor, and exhaustion, bonds were formed. We became a family, a team, united by a shared purpose, to serve and protect the vast network that is WMATA. We learned a few things. Don't buy used books, to quote Officer Harbison. However, used books can be recycled or revamped into special editions, or in this case, recruits. We learned Carter has more experience than all of us put together, and there isn't a position he hasn't held in law enforcement, except for Chief of Police. There are no dumb questions. However, overthought and numerous ones by capers. Gene is a disciplined man, and to not let the salt and pepper fool you. Martinez and his coffee addiction prepared for the long, rigorous tenure of law enforcement. Kamlatse, redefining the dictionary's definition of aggressive. While Thompson regulates the aggression along with the whole class. Michelle, with the silent but timely comments, with more silence than I can count. But they, released from the county to the streets, and Babbling Bab, that name says it all. To the instructors, thank you for transforming us from hopeful recruits into capable officers. Your dedication, patience, and unwavering belief in our potential is what brought us here. We appreciate the countless hours you've invested into teaching us the law, tactics, and most importantly, compassion. To our families and friends, you are our anchors throughout this journey. You endured late night calls, the moments of doubt, and the emotional roller coaster. Your unwavering support fueled our determination, and your belief kept us when the going got tough. Thank you for sharing sacrifices and celebrating triumphs with us. Fellow graduates, we've pushed each other, supported each other, and formed bonds that will stay with us forever. We've learned that being a Metro Transit police officer is more than wearing a badge. It's about serving the community, ensuring the safety of millions who rely on this vital transportation system, and building the trust with that diverse population we encounter every day. Furthermore, we are stepping into a world that demands a lot from its law enforcement officers. But we are prepared. We have the training, the skills, and most importantly, the hearts to serve. We will approach every situation with professionalism, de-escalation when possible, and unwavering commitment to the public safety. There will be challenges. There will be moments of fear and uncertainty. And yes, Kanlase, there will be overtime. But we will remember the lessons learned in the academy, the unwavering support of our loved ones, and the strength of the brotherhood and sisterhood we forged here. We will carry that with us every single day as we patrol the vast network of the Metro system. As my grandmother once told me as a child, you've come so far and still have far to go. But now, we are Metro Transit police officers, and we are ready to make a difference. So stay sharp, stay proficient, and never complacent. Congratulations, class. Let's go out there and serve with pride. At this time, I would like to call up Officer Capers to present a token of appreciation to Chief Anzalo on behalf of Class 126.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring her up. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Lowe to the podium.
Dr. Lowe, thanks for coming. I know your schedule's very busy, and we definitely appreciate you taking the time out to address the class and our promotees. Just a little bit about Dr. Lowe. She's our board member that represents the District of Columbia. She's also very active with the police department as well as in the DC community. But one of the things that I do have to highlight, and I hope I don't embarrass you, but so the DC Council back in 2019 decriminalized ferry evasion. Many of you all know that it's presented a lot of problems for us when they did that. Dr. Lowe tirelessly, behind the scenes, and testified before the council, helped get that law changed, and she was a big part of that. So thank you very much. Dr. Lowe?
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and please forgive my lateness. My invitation said 11 a.m. I thought I was early. I'm going to keep this short because we're really here to celebrate our graduates, but I do just want to take a few moments to share what your service means to me. So first, I want to note that while this is a moment for celebration, and we have kids and babies here, I do want to note that this is a heavy moment because a 14-year-old child was shot and killed inside a metro station yesterday. And I think for everyone, this is horrifying and really upsetting. But the fact that things like this are happening has a different level of significance for the sworn officers that we ask to run towards trouble, and for their families too. I myself am married to a law enforcement officer, and I sit every day with how unequally the weight of the burden created by the fact that there are more guns out there than ever, and that we as a society are struggling to stay connected to one another, how unequally that weight is spread out. I want to humbly acknowledge that I know we are asking more than ever when we call you to respond. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for not just your service, but for the caring that motivates you to serve. I've been using Metro for over 40 years, but it's only recently, by coincidence, that I have had to call MTPD as a customer. And so now I know firsthand, in a new way, what an incredible group we have here at MTPD. I have seen your gravitas and professionalism in a messy and difficult situation. And of course, these kinds of situations must happen every day. And so I have a new appreciation for the incredible way that MTPD responds and shows up. MTPD is out there doing the community policing that other departments are mostly just talking about. And I think we see this really clearly in the fact that crime in our system is down 20% since last year, in the incredible case closure rate that our detectives have, and reaching almost 10,000 neighbors through community outreach events last year. These are achievements to celebrate. Our graduating officers today are becoming a part of something that is really special. Thank you for choosing to serve. If I may offer one small piece of parting advice, it's that you're not just here to serve the public. You've also got to look out for each other. Remember to check in, not just with your best buddy, but with any member of the WMATA team, be they an operator, a station manager, or a board member that you might encounter. If once a day we each do one thing that is to support the wellness of a fellow member of the WMATA team, we will all be better off. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lowe. Before calling the chief up to administer the oath of office, I would like to acknowledge the command staff and thank members of the MTPD Training Division, Background Investigations Unit, WMATA's Office of Human Resources, and all the instructors who played a vital role in the training to get Class 126 to where they are today. Class 126, attention. Now we have the oath of office. Prior to the Class 126 taking the law enforcement oath of office, it's important that they understand what this oath means. An oath is a solemn pledge an individual will make when they fully intend to do what is said. The oath is a powerful vehicle demonstrating high ethical standards through long-standing traditions and commitment. This oath is administered to every Metro Transit police officer. Chief, will you please administer the oath?
Carlos Comlache, Javon Bass, Bryce Carter, Lamar Capers, Nicholas Michaud, Joe Martinez.
Do hereby swear or affirm
Do hereby swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and will discharge my responsibilities
and will discharge my responsibilities
as a police officer
as a police officer
of the Washington
of the Washington
Metropolitan Area
Metropolitan Area
Transit Authority
Transit Authority
with dispatch,
with dispatch,
total dedication, integrity and impartiality,
integrity and impartiality,
and will faithfully perform the duties of that office. I will obtain all evidence lawfully and will work diligently to determine the facts without fear or favor. I will accurately report my findings regardless of whether they establish the guilt or innocence of an individual. I will obey as well as enforce the law
I will obey as well as enforce the law.
where it is incumbent upon me to do so.
Where it is incumbent upon me to do so.
I will abide by the rules and regulations
I will abide by the rules and regulations
of the Transit Authority,
of the Transit Authority.
and I will obey my superiors
And I will obey my superiors
in all lawful matters
in all lawful matters
of duty performance.
of duty performance.
I accept the police credential and shield
I accept the police credential and shield
as being representative
as being representative
of the special trust placed in me
of the special trust placed in me
as a Metro Transit police officer.
as a Metro Transit police officer.
Congratulations.
Chief, thank you for administering the oath. Prior to this graduation, Class 126 attended and graduated from the Northern Virginia Criminal Justice Training Academy. The Regional Academy lasted 20 weeks and was comprised of recruit officers from various agencies in Northern Virginia. That graduation was the final phase of training for their regional counterparts. And although this was a proud moment for Class 126, unlike their peers, their training was not complete. Class 126 had to successfully complete 18 additional weeks of training at the Metro Transit Police Academy. In total, Class 126 completed 38 weeks of law enforcement training. This demonstrated the determination, dedication, and desire possessed by Class 126 to become Metro Transit police officers. We will now present the Metro Transit Police Achievement Awards to Class 126. Deputy Chief Daniel Alvarez will present the first award. This award, named in honor of our first Chief of Police, salutes the officer achieving the highest average academic score in the class. The Angus B. McLean Honor Graduate for Class 126 is Officer Bryce Carter. Deputy Chief Stephen Bone will present the second award. This award, named in honor of our second Chief of Police, acknowledges the officer with the highest overall physical fitness score. The Burton E. Morrow Physical Fitness Proficiency Award for Class 126 is awarded to Officer Joel M. Martinez.
All the awards, and then I'll introduce the GM.
Yes, sir. Deputy Chief Maurice McKinney will present the third award. This award is named in honor of our first Assistant Chief of Police and acknowledges the officer with the highest overall firearms score. The Denny W. Stewart Firearms Proficiency Award for Class 126 is awarded to Officer Bryce Carter. The fourth and final award is the Harry Davis Jr. Marlon Francisco Morales Leadership Award and will be presented by Assistant Chief George Nader. This award is in memory of the two Metro Transit police officers who made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. The Leadership Award is presented to an officer from each graduating class chosen by their classmates as the individual who demonstrates the qualities of sound leadership and commitment to duty. The recipient of the Harry Davis Jr. Marlon Francisco Morales Leadership Award for Class 126 is Tracy Bethea. bring Chief Gonzalo back to the stage to introduce the general manager.
So it's my honor and privilege to introduce our general manager, Mr. Randy Clark. Welcome, sir. I appreciate him and Dr. Lowe being here today. I know they've got a pretty tough schedule, but just a little bit about Mr. Clark. He's been here, I'm still going to say 2 years, but almost 2 years, right?
Going fast.
Yeah, so, since Mr. Clark's been here, I mean, him, Dr. Lowe, the rest of the board, and the management, the senior management team at Metro has really supported the police department. One of the things that police chiefs look at, which some of you may be one day, is that, it's great to have the talk of support, but, where I look for my support is in the budget. So I've got, did pretty well given the lean times that we've had here at Metro. And the general manager, the board has been very supportive of everything we've been trying to do. Since the general manager's been here, I mean, he's accomplished quite a bit in a very short period of time. Our crime is down about 20% year-to-date this year. Our clearance rates, like Dr. Lowe had alluded to, are among the highest in the nation. And that goes to the detective work and the support that we do. And, we're doing things differently in policing. We've introduced crisis intervention teams that go out and assist folks that are dealing with substance abuse problems, homelessness, mental health issues, which we've seen a huge uptick in the last several years due to the pandemic. And they're making a difference. I mean, they contacted last year about 10,000 people and tried to refer most of them for services. So that's definitely a piece of how we're trying to lower crime and make sure that nobody becomes a victim on Metro. Some of the other initiatives, community outreach. I mean, we've serviced and done at least 192 outreach events last year, the general manager and the board. And we've also introduced, which has kind of been foreign to this region, where we've partnered with local law enforcement agencies to work alongside of us. The 9 that are graduating here today is great for us, but we're authorized 472 officers. With this 9, it'll bring us to about 385, so we've still got a ways to go. But with the additional partnerships that we've had in the region, we've been able to deploy officers from different jurisdictions to help us out on Metro Rail and bus, as well as contracting with private security to help us out with crime on the Metro system. The other thing he supported is forming a special operations division, which was good timing because who knew that we were going to be, or Israel was going to go to war with Palestine. So we've had a number of demonstrations coming up. We've also got an inauguration coming up, World Pride after that. So it's a busy time for us. And then we always have the constant threat of terrorism, which the general manager and the board know very well. And they've been preparing us, for these things. So can't say enough. I mean, I could probably go on another 20 minutes, but I won't.
Kill time for me to get up, Chief?
Well, he's also an avid skier, if you haven't noticed. But I would like to introduce Mr. Randy Clark.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How y'all doing? Excellent. Good seeing you all. I'll be relatively brief because I'm kind of standing on one leg and obviously not a good skier. So unfortunately, I had a little bit of a crash, but appreciate getting back up, and I've had a couple rides with our great MTPD team to get me around a couple times, which I very much appreciate. So a couple quick remarks. One, love the crowded house here today. Every time we do a graduation promotion ceremony, the thing I love the most is how we have so many family members come and join us. This is a big deal for us as an organization, but it's not lost on us. It's a big deal for you as a family, and it's a special moment in your lives. So thank you for being with us here today. Thank you for sharing your loved one with us. They're part of Team Metro now, therefore you're part of Team Metro. And one thing that I think we have a lot of pride in is we look after each other here at this organization. Regardless if you're the police department or any other role, we're trying to be one unified team. So hopefully you'll feel that way throughout the time. So congratulations to our new graduates, our new officers. So excited you're here. As the chief mentioned, we are in a big kind of recruitment effort. Everyone knows right now in America, recruiting police officers is a challenge. It's not Not everyone is loving the idea of being a police officer, where people put a iPhone in your face and try to record you and bait you on some days and all this other kind of stuff. So we really appreciate you stepped up to serve your community, serve in Metro. It's a great profession. It's a great department. We do incredible work here. So welcome, and thanks for your willingness to serve and join us. Not that we're competing with other departments around the area, but it's great that you joined ours. Congratulations to our promotees, a big deal. That's a big step in life, moving to lieutenant and sergeant. I really very much appreciate people's willingness to study, to do proficiency, move themselves up to a different level. That is really complimentary to your commitment to yourself and this organization. So congratulations, that's a big deal, and we're excited. The pinning ceremony is always one of my favorite things to watch when we do here, so I look forward to seeing that. Thanks to the great training department that we have here. I just can't say enough about our training department. Why don't we just, the training department here is just fantastic. They do such a great job, so kudos to our training department for another round of new officers and promotees. Want to thank our entire command staff, who do a really good job every day. I'm very impressed by our command staff out doing stuff no matter all hours of the day. We're obviously 24/7, 365. Sadly, we have things like yesterday where we had a tragic incident, but then we have plenty of days where we're just doing great community work, right? But you're out there, you're in the trenches, you're in the arena, you're fighting the good fight. I know you believe in what you're doing, and you're showing great leadership. And then lastly, Chief, really can't say enough about your leadership. When you're becoming GM, you don't really know who your police chief's gonna be, right? And so the chief was probably sitting there going, like, who's this guy? Am I gonna be the chief, right? That's the dance that starts. I couldn't ask for a better chief to be a partner with here. I'll say it this way, he's a cop's cop. And that's the part that I think is really working well right now. He has the respect of the officers because he was an officer, and the way he did a lot of positions. He knows what you go through. He cares about your development. He cares about your mental well-being, your physical well-being, and how hard these jobs are. So, and the partnerships that we have right now with MPD and all of our regional partners, probably the best, and people tell me this organization's been maybe in a long, long, long time. And I think that goes a lot to who you are as a person, Chief. You're a collaborator by nature. You're not on the soapbox. If anything, I can't even get you in a picture. And I think that the team really respects what you bring to the table every day. So thank you for all your incredible leadership. Dr. Lowe, thank you for being here today. This, again, it's great when we have board members join these things because it shows you how valuable what we do every day. Excuse me, every once in a while I gotta do this to reset my leg. If you stand on one leg for a while, you start realizing that is not as easy as you think it is. But thank you for being here. I know you're a really big supporter of public safety, especially the multi-pronged approach we've taken, and the chief mentioned, whether it's cameras to crisis intervention specialists, to some security officers, to our partnerships, to staffing fully our MTPD officers, our community engagement group. We're going at it, I believe here, the right way. This is the ultimate way of community policing here, right? There's organizations that people drive highways and put people over for tickets. There's people that respond to domestic incidents. We are the ultimate community policing because all day, every day, you're interacting with people, and it could be somebody from international needs directions. That is equally important here at Metro as dealing with a violent crime. Our job is to interact with our riders because they are our customers, and that brings the system safe. The second part is interacting with the Metro family at large. So MTPD, you have special responsibilities, and that is a big deal, and I know you're gonna take those really serious, but you're also part of Metro. And Metro is 12,000 colleagues of yours who also look to be colleagues with you, right? So when you're out there, the idea is you see a station manager, they have a different job than you, but you're both part of Metro. You see a bus operator, the difference is they might need your help where only you can help them. And so just remember that extra responsibility you have to be part of a larger organization and bring those resources. So again, thanks to everyone for being here. Thanks for all the family members again. I miss Sergeant Rodas. Did he do a great rendition as usual? It's one of my favorite things as well. But just this is a special day. Thanks for letting me give a couple words. Sorry I was a little bit late. But thank you for being at headquarters. Congratulations again, everyone. We'll get back to the ceremony. And kudos, Chief, to you and the team. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Chief Gonzalo will now present the tri-jurisdictional certificates. Class 126, attention. Each officer is asked to come forward as your name is called. If any family members would like to come forward to take pictures, you're encouraged to do so at this time. Officer Tracy D. Bethay. You can come up and get in the picture with your loved one.
Just tell me if I'm in the way and I'll move over. I don't want to ruin the picture with this.
Officer Latoya L. Thompson. You all can go up and get in the picture as well. Officer Malarkey Janae.
There you go, Chief. That's been a while, hey, Chief?
Officer Carlos D. Camlatse, AKA the General. Officer Javon N. Babb. Officer Joe M. Martinez. Officer Nicholas J. Michelle. Officer Lamont E. Capers. Last but not least, Officer Bryce Zoe Carter. This brings us to the end of our graduation ceremony. Class 126, remember your training and remember your oath. Use them to guide you on a successful, safe, and meaningful career in service to our community. Class 126, welcome to the department. Congratulations to you all. We will now transition to the Metro Transit Police promotional ceremony. The members being promoted today endured a rigorous promotional process which challenged them in various aspects of leadership and knowledge. Needless to say, they met or exceeded the promotional standards and have achieved the next level in their law enforcement careers. For the promotion to sergeant on the Metro Transit Police Department, will Sergeant Alex Thomas, Sergeant Brandon McCray, Sergeant Brian Yule, and Sergeant Saad Wasti please rise? Oh, not yet. Sergeant Alex Thompson, will you please come forward?
Chief, work your way back to the middle there. Don't worry about that. Sergeant, I'll team photo.
If there are family members and friends in the audience of the new promotees, please come up and join them, take pictures.
Get ready.
Sergeant Brandon McCray, please come forward. Sergeant Brian Yule please come forward? Sergeant Saad Wasti please come forward. Now will those being promoted to lieutenant please rise? I would just like to mention we have 8 promotees to lieutenants, but one of them could not be here today, Lieutenant Stephen DeVoe. So without further ado, will Lieutenant Brian Minson come forward?
Like some random leg in the big moment picture. Yeah, isn't it funny how your sister-in-law let me get home?
Lieutenant John Sheffield come forward, please. Lieutenant Lanisha McCoy, will you please come forward? I believe so, yes. Okay. Will Lieutenant David Rollins please come forward? Lieutenant Louis White, please come forward. The other way, man.
I would never do that.
Will Lieutenant Antonio Thompson come forward? Will Lieutenant Chai Lim please come forward? We will now have the newly promoted reaffirm their oath of office. As I previously stated, the oath is a powerful vehicle demonstrating high ethical standards through long-standing traditions and commitment. Chief Gonzalo, will you please administer the oath of office?
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
Lieutenant Brian Minson.
Lieutenant John Sheffield.
Lieutenant Lanisha McCoy.
Lieutenant David Rollins.
Lieutenant Louis White.
Lieutenant Antonio Thompson.
Lieutenant Shaglin.
Sergeant Alex Thompson.
Sergeant Brendan McCray.
Sergeant Brian Newell.
Sergeant Sean Watson. Do hereby swear or affirm
Do hereby swear and affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and will discharge my responsibility
and will discharge my responsibilities
as a police officer
as a police officer
of the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority.
of the Washington Metropolitan Transit Authority.
That'll pass. With dispatch, total dedication,
Dispatch total dedication,
integrity and impartiality,
integrity and impartiality,
and will faithfully perform the duties of that office.
will faithfully perform the duties of the office.
I will obtain all evidence lawfully
I will obtain all evidence lawfully
and will work diligently
and will work diligently
to determine
to determine
the facts without fear or favor.
the facts without fear or favor.
I will accurately report my findings,
I will accurately report my findings,
regardless of whether they establish
regardless of whether they establish
the guilt or innocence of an individual.
the guilt or innocence of an individual.
I will obey as well as enforce the law
I will obey as well as enforce the law
where it is incumbent upon me to do so.
where it is incumbent upon me to do so.
I will abide by the rules and regulations
I will abide by the rules and regulations
of the Transit Authority,
of the Transit Authority,
and I will obey my superiors
and I will obey my superiors
in all lawful matters
in all lawful matters
of duty performance.
of duty performance.
I accept the police credential and shield
I accept the police credential and shield
as being representative
as being representative
of the special trust placed in me
of the special trust placed in me
as a Metro Transit police officer.
as a Metro Transit police officer.
Congratulations.
It is customary that the highest-ranking, newly promoted official says a few words. At this time, I'd like to welcome Lieutenant Brian Minson to the stand.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lieutenant Minson, newly promoted today, obviously. I want to thank Chief Anzalo, Assistant Chief Nader, Deputy Chief Bohm, Deputy Chief McKinney, Deputy Chief Alvarez, and the other officials and members that are here today. I also want to thank the General Manager. It's no easy feat to get around, so thank you for coming. It means a lot. And Ms. Lowe, Dr. Lowe, I'm sorry, for being in attendance today. Most of all, I actually want to thank the families of the loved ones that are here, of the new officers and the promotees. Anytime an officer joins our family or a current member is promoted, it's very important for the future of the Transit Police Department. Recruits that become officers, officers that become sergeants, and sergeants that become lieutenants represent leaders in this agency and those that will carry the torch in the future to continue the important, impactful work that we do in the community every day. For the new officers, congratulations. As we said before, it's a tremendous achievement. The process of becoming a police officer comes with a variety of process of becoming a police officer. Generally, a lot of you, I don't know if you did, may have applied other places, but I could tell you that you really landed at a good agency. We have good leadership here, good command staff. We have a good general manager. Everyone backs us and supports us, so you're in good hands. A few days from now, and some before the week's end, you'll be out on the street putting all your training to work. Take your time and really learn the job. Read. Case law is your friend, unless it's named after you. So get as many contacts as you can, ask questions, lean on your peers and veteran officers on the department. Your experience is not everyone else's experience, so we can all learn from each other. With the chiefs and the command staff's goals for the department in mind, create your own reality here. Don't live through others, and don't fall victim to rumors and innuendo and some of the stuff you'll hear on the street. Always do the right thing and treat people with respect. It it makes things a lot easier doing the right thing. I'll just leave it at that. Understand that beneath the badge and the uniform, you're a human being, and you're going to make mistakes. Learn from them. Talk to your classmates, talk to your peers about them, and improve next time. Protect your mental health. I can't say that enough, can't stress it enough. Don't be afraid to speak up if you need help. We're policing at a time when we're exposed to some hard realities and tasked with more than ever than before. Lastly, do not, I repeat, do not take the sacrifice of your families for granted. We're in the nation's capital. We deal with a ton of unusual occurrences at times, and we must stand on the front line each and every time. Regardless of whether we understand or agree with the cause or not, we're going to be there. As of today, green light goes out the window. So just know that. Understand it's not easy for your loved ones to send you out the door every day to do this job, especially on holidays and special occasions. I'll tell you all, just as I've told anyone I've ever trained before in my time with the department, when things happen in this region, example, January 6th, when it's safe to do so, call or text your loved ones, check in, and simply let them know you're okay. It goes a long way. Likewise, family and friends, support your loved ones. Even when you don't understand why they have to be away on a holiday or special occasion, keep them lifted up, check on them, encourage them to take care of themselves, get proper rest, eat right. To the promoted sergeants, congratulations. In about an hour, Ms. Webster is going to press a button and drop more emails on you than you would imagine. Your new role should not be taken lightly. The amount of influence you have as a sergeant supervising officers is more than I even knew when I got promoted. You're going to get some very interesting calls from your direct reports. But every time you're called on, just remember it's an opportunity for you to demonstrate what you're about as a leader here on the department. The relationship between you as a sergeant and your direct report, in my opinion, is the most important link in the chain. You have worked for other supervisors, maybe that you weren't particularly pleased with or didn't care for, and you know how unforgiving officers can be. So just remember that. For my peers, the lieutenants here, I've probably worked with each one of you at some point in my time here and value everything I have learned from all of you. That's how it should be. We should lean on each other. We should work together to get it done. And I look forward to continuing to work with you all. For the sergeants again, and some of the new lieutenants that have not experienced it, understand that Assistant Chief Nader does not sleep. He's up. He's reading emails, all of them. Hiding on midnights doesn't work anymore because he's going to be up with you. So he and the command staff are they're keeping us on our toes, which is good. Tempering the steel, if you will. But it's all for the good. In closing, I'll reiterate, don't forget home. Don't forget to take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Unfortunately, the department lost 2 members in 2023, and I appreciate Ms. Thomas for being here today. Lieutenant Wallace D. Thorne and Officer Shenandoah Young. Like me, more than being coworkers, a lot of us lost 2 good friends. Utilize the resources you have available to you. We have great benefits here at Metro. There's no excuse not to check in with your doctors. So congratulations, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Lieutenant Minson. So on behalf of Chief Gonzalo, I want to extend a special thank you to the family and friends who have joined us today live and streaming as we welcome new members to the force and our newly promoted. Will everyone please stand as the Metro Transit Police Honor Guard retires the colors. This concludes our ceremony, but I would like for the graduating class of 126 to join the command staff out front to take some pictures right quick and then enjoy the refreshments outside. Thank you all for coming.